Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered why your skin feels thinner, more fragile, like it's aging faster than it should? You're not alone. After age 50, collagen loss accelerates by over 1% each year, according to research from the American Journal of Dermatology. But what if I told you that the real culprit might not be collagen deficiency, but a fat deficiency? In this video, we'll dive into the science behind omega-3s, debunk supplement myths, and explore how you can rebuild youthful skin, starting today. Stay with me. This could change everything. Let's set the record straight. Collagen supplements alone won't stop aging. Yes, collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. It makes up your skin, joints, blood vessels, and bones. But here's the truth many skincare ads won't tell you. Collagen is constantly being broken down by inflammation, and most of us are silently fueling that fire every day. Imagine your skin is a house. Collagen is the wood, the structure. But what if there's a hidden fire in the walls? Would adding more would help? Of course not. That fire is chronic inflammation, and omega-3 fatty acids are the fire extinguisher. Here's what's happening under your skin. As we age, especially after menopause, our natural estrogen declines. This leads to a surge in inflammatory activity, weakening the skin's structure and accelerating collagen loss. But the real damage comes from a biological process called glycation, where excess sugar attaches to collagen proteins, stiffening them like caramel on a creme brulee. According to a 2010 study published in Dermatoendocrinology, glycation is one of the leading drivers of skin aging, producing harmful molecules called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These AGEs degrade collagen and elastin, making skin look thin, saggy, and brittle. And here's where omega-3s come in. Unlike collagen powders, which only provide raw material, omega-3s help preserve what you already have. Multiple peer-reviewed studies show that EPA and DHA, types of omega-3s, actively reduce levels of inflammation markers like IL-6 and TNF-alpha, which destroy collagen-producing fibroblasts. In other words, you don't just need more collagen, you need to protect your collagen. And that means calming the inflammation, managing sugar, and restoring your body's internal balance with the right fats. Still with me? Great, because in the next section, we'll dive deeper into what the science says about omega-3s and how they do far more than just protect your skin. They rebuild it from the inside out. So, how exactly do omega-3 fatty acids help your skin stay youthful? Let's break it down, not with marketing claims, but with hard science. Omega-3s, specifically EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, are long-chain fatty acids found in cold water fish like salmon and sardines. These fats are essential, meaning your body cannot make them on its own. They must come from food or supplements. Multiple peer-reviewed studies have demonstrated their powerful impact on skin health. For example, a study published in the Journal of Lipid Research found that EPA reduces inflammation in the skin by decreasing pro-inflammatory molecules such as interleukin-6, IL-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, TNF-alpha. These inflammatory signals are the very ones responsible for degrading collagen and causing that thin, crepey texture that many women over 50 begin to notice. Another study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that supplementing with omega-3s significantly improved skin hydration and reduced transepidermal water loss, TWL, which is the scientific way of saying your skin holds moisture better. That's a huge deal when you're battling dryness, fine lines, and a loss of elasticity. But here's the part most people overlook. Omega-3s don't just protect collagen. They help your body build it more efficiently. How? By supporting the fibroblast cells in your dermis that synthesize collagen and elastin. EPA and DHA also improve cell membrane fluidity, which enhances nutrient exchange and waste removal, giving skin cells the environment they need to thrive. And don't forget, DHA is a major structural fat in your brain and retina. So while you're nourishing your skin, you're also protecting your memory and eyesight. Two things most women care deeply about as they age. Now, not all omega-3s are created equal. While plant-based sources like flaxseed and chia contain ALA, Alpha-linolenic acid. The body converts ALA into EPA and DHA very inefficiently, often under 10% and even less in men. That's why many scientists and dermatologists recommend getting preformed EPA and DHA directly from marine sources or purified algae oil. If you want skin that looks hydrated, plump, and strong, not dull and inflamed, omega-3s aren't optional. They're foundational. Next up, let me share a real-life story that will help put all of this into perspective and maybe even inspire your next grocery list. Let me tell you about someone I worked with a few years ago. Let's call her Barbara. She was 64, full of energy, sharp as ever, and determined to keep her skin youthful without surgery. She did everything right, or so she thought. She spent hundreds of dollars a month on collagen peptides, drank bone broth daily, and swore by her anti-aging serums. But one day, while we were reviewing her wellness plan, I noticed something strange. Despite all the effort, her skin looked dull and dehydrated. She mentioned she was frustrated. "I'm doing everything I'm told, but nothing's changing." So I asked her, "How much omega-3 are you getting?" Her response, "Isn't that for heart health?" That moment changed everything. We adjusted her routine. She began incorporating wild-caught sardines twice a week, added ground flaxseed to her morning yogurt, and started a high-quality algae-based omega-3 supplement because she didn't like fish oil. Within 90 days, her skin began to glow. The redness around her cheeks faded. Her joints didn't ache as much in the mornings. And something else surprised her. Her mood lifted and her sleep improved. Barbara had fallen into what I call the collagen trap, focusing only on adding more without protecting what she already had, like patching a leaky roof without stopping the rain. Her story is not unique. Many women think collagen alone is enough. But collagen is a structure, not a strategy. You need the right metabolic environment, low inflammation, strong fibroblast activity, and resilient cells to keep it alive and thriving. And omega-3s, it turns out, were Barbara's missing piece. In the next section, we'll uncover why not all omega-3 supplements are created equal, and why taking the wrong one might do more harm than good. Why most omega-3 supplements don't work. So now you know that omega-3s are critical for preserving your collagen and slowing the aging process. But here's the hard truth. Most omega-3 supplements on the market don't work as advertised, and some may even be doing more harm than good. Let's start with oxidation. Omega-3 fats are incredibly fragile. When exposed to heat, light, or oxygen, they oxidize, essentially turning rancid. And oxidized fish oil isn't just useless, it's harmful. Studies published in the Journal of Clinical Lipidology have shown that oxidized oils can raise LDL cholesterol and increase levels of apolipoprotein B, a known risk factor for cardiovascular disease. That's why quality matters more than quantity. A cheap bottle of fish oil with a high dose isn't helpful if it's already degraded by the time it reaches your body. So what should you look for? First, understand the form of omega-3 you're taking. The natural form in food is triglyceride, TG, but many cheap supplements use a synthetic ethyl ester form, which is harder to absorb and more prone to oxidation. The gold standard? Re-esterified triglyceride, RTG, form, clinically shown to be more bioavailable and stable. Next, consider the source. Fish oil from small fish like sardines and anchovies tend to contain fewer contaminants than larger fish like tuna or king mackerel. Better yet, if you're plant-based or avoiding seafood, opt for algae oil, a direct and clean source of DHA and EPA. And yes, enteric-coated capsules can reduce the dreaded fish burps, but they can also delay absorption. Some people don't even digest the capsule fully, especially those with sluggish digestion or low stomach acid, both common in older adults. Also, keep in mind, omega-3s are fat-soluble, so they must be taken with food that contains some fat. Taking them on an empty stomach or with black coffee reduces absorption dramatically. Lastly, always store your omega-3s properly. Heat, air, and light accelerate spoilage. Keep capsules in a cool, dark place, ideally the fridge, and always check expiration dates. This isn't just about avoiding waste. It's about maximizing the anti-aging, anti-inflammatory benefits of one of the most scientifically validated nutrients available. In our next section, we'll explore whether plant-based omega-3s are truly enough and what to do if you don't eat seafood. Plant-based omega-3, is it enough? Not everyone eats fish, and I get it. Maybe it's the taste, sustainability concerns, or fear of mercury and microplastics. So the big question becomes, can you get enough omega-3s from plant-based sources alone? The answer, yes, but with major caveats. Plant-based omega-3s found in foods like flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, and walnuts come in the form of ALA, alpha-linolenic acid. While ALA is technically an omega-3, it's not the active form your body needs. For anti-inflammatory and anti-aging effects, you need EPA, eicosapentaenoic acid, and DHA, docosahexaenoic acid, the forms found in fish and algae. Now here's the issue. The human body converts ALA to EPA and DHA very inefficiently. According to the National Institutes of Health, less than 10% of ALA converts to EPA and only 0.5% to 5% to DHA. That means you'd have to eat an impractical amount of flax or walnuts daily to reach therapeutic levels, especially if you're over 50, when conversion slows due to declining enzyme efficiency. There's also a sex-based difference. Women, particularly premenopausal, convert ALA more efficiently than men, likely due to estrogen. That's a hidden advantage. However, after menopause, this benefit diminishes sharply, which means postmenopausal women may struggle to generate adequate EPA and DHA from plants alone. So, what's the solution if you avoid fish? Algae oil. It's the only plant-based source of preformed DHA and EPA. Algae is where fish get their omega-3s in the first place. Supplementing with algae oil bypasses the need for conversion and provides you with clean, mercury-free omega-3s. In fact, a double-blind study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that algae-derived DHA raised blood levels of omega-3s nearly as effectively as fish oil. If you're plant-forward or vegetarian, I highly recommend algae-based supplements. Look for third-party tested brands that clearly label their DHA and EPA content, not just total oil. And don't forget food synergy. Add ground flax seeds and walnuts to your meals for fiber, polyphenol, and lignans, compounds that help detoxify your body and support estrogen balance, which can indirectly help your skin. In the next section, we'll dig deeper into one of the biggest threats to omega-3 absorption and collagen production, the hidden overload of omega-6 fats in the modern Western diet. Omega-6 versus omega-3, the hidden ratio destroying your skin. Even if you're doing everything right, taking omega-3s, eating clean, you may still be sabotaging your skin without knowing it. How? With omega-6 overload. Both omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids are essential. But here's the catch. They compete for the same enzymes in your body. These enzymes are required to convert ALA from plants into EPA and DHA, the active forms of omega-3. So when omega-6 levels are too high, they block omega-3s from doing their job. Now, let's talk numbers. Traditional diets, like those of our ancestors, had a balanced ratio of omega-6 to omega-3 around 1:1 or 2:1. But the modern Western diet? It's often 15:1 or even 20:1. That imbalance is a recipe for chronic inflammation, collagen breakdown, and accelerated aging. Why the imbalance? It's in your pantry. Seed oils like soybean, corn, safflower, sunflower, and canola oil are hidden in nearly every packaged food, from salad dressings to protein bars. Even foods marketed as healthy often use these oils because they're cheap and shelf-stable. A 2017 study published in Prostaglandins, leukotrienes, and essential fatty acids found that diets high in omega-6 fats, especially linoleic acid, increased pro-inflammatory markers and disrupted the omega-3 conversion pathway. This leads to more inflammatory prostaglandins, which trigger enzymes like collagenase, responsible for breaking down collagen in your skin. What's the solution? It's not about eliminating omega-6 entirely. You need a small amount for healthy skin and brain function. The key is restoring balance. That means reduce seed oil intake. Check labels and cook with avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, or grass-fed butter instead. Avoid deep-fried foods, which are drenched in oxidized omega-6 fats. Increase omega-3 rich foods and supplements, especially if you're plant-based or postmenopausal. You can also increase polyphenol-rich foods like berries, green tea, and turmeric to help counteract inflammation. By adjusting this invisible ratio, you're not just improving your skin, you're shifting your entire body into a less inflammatory, more regenerative state. In the next section, we'll take a broader look at how omega-3s influence aging beyond the skin, from your heart to your brain, and why this one nutrient plays a starring role in longevity. Beyond skin, omega-3s role in whole body aging. By now, you've seen how omega-3s protect your collagen and preserve skin health. But their impact doesn't stop at the surface. These essential fats are deeply involved in the entire aging process, from your brain to your heart, your joints, and even your metabolism. Let's start with the heart. According to the American Heart Association, EPA and DHA lower triglycerides by 15% to 30%, slightly lower blood pressure, and improve endothelial function, which keeps your arteries flexible and reduces plaque buildup. In fact, a meta-analysis in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that people with the highest omega-3 blood levels had a significantly lower risk of fatal heart attacks. And if you've ever felt like your memory isn't what it used to be, you're not imagining it. DHA is a primary building block of the brain. In older adults, higher DHA intake is associated with better cognitive performance, slower brain aging, and reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease. Omega-3s also help regulate mood and may even ease symptoms of depression by influencing neurotransmitter pathways. For women, especially postmenopausal, omega-3s play a vital role in bone and joint health. They help reduce inflammation in joints, making them essential for managing stiffness and discomfort associated with osteoarthritis. And get this, some studies suggest that omega-3s can even help maintain bone mineral density, reducing the risk of fractures. Omega-3s also support your eyes, immune system, and gut health. They're involved in the production of specialized pro-resolving mediators, SBMs, like resolvins and protectins, which actively resolve inflammation rather than just suppress it. This makes omega-3s unique. They're not just anti-inflammatory. They help your body end inflammation cleanly, preventing chronic disease. But there's one often overlooked bonus: muscle health. A 2020 study in clinical nutrition found that omega-3 supplementation improved muscle protein synthesis in older adults, especially when combined with light resistance training. That means better mobility, strength, and independence as you age. So while collagen supports your structure, omega-3s support your function, making sure your body doesn't just look younger, but actually feels and performs younger too. Next, we'll turn the spotlight on an invisible but powerful skin destroyer, glycation, and how sugar can quite literally caramelize your collagen. Sugar, the true collagen killer. You could spend hundreds of dollars on collagen powders, high-end serums, and fancy facials. But if you're still consuming too much sugar, you may be undoing all your progress from the inside. Let's talk about glycation, a slow, silent process that accelerates aging in every cell of your body, especially your skin. When you eat sugar or refined carbs, glucose enters your bloodstream. If not quickly used for energy, that sugar binds to proteins like collagen and elastin, forming sticky compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These AGEs act like molecular superglue. They harden and stiffen collagen fibers, making your skin lose its balance and elasticity. Instead of being flexible like a rubber band, glycation turns your collagen into something more like glass or caramelized sugar, brittle, dry, and easily damaged. Scientists even use the term caramelization of collagen to describe this effect. In fact, a 2012 review in Dermatoendocrinology identified glycation as one of the top 3 biological processes behind visible skin aging, alongside inflammation and oxidative stress. What does this look like in real life? Fine lines deepen. Skin tone becomes uneven. Wounds take longer to heal. You may notice that your face looks duller or thinner, even if you're getting enough sleep. That's glycation at work. Here's the kicker. Ages not only damage existing collagen, they also interfere with new collagen production by altering the function of fibroblasts, the cells responsible for creating fresh skin tissue. So even if you're taking collagen supplements, your body may struggle to use them if sugar is constantly damaging the construction crew. But don't worry, you don't have to give up everything sweet. Start with these 3 practical tips. 1. To replace refined sugar with cinnamon, berries, or stevia in tea and desserts. 2. Prioritize low glycemic meals, combining protein, fiber, and healthy fats to stabilize blood sugar. 3. Supplement with omega-3s, which reduce glycation damage and calm inflammation. Think of sugar like a heat lamp on your skin from the inside. The more you consume, the faster your collagen browns, hardens, and breaks. In the final section, we'll tie everything together, so you'll walk away with a simple, actionable plan to protect your collagen and age with strength, grace, and glow. If you've made it this far, then you're already ahead of the curve, and I'm proud of you. Because aging gracefully isn't about chasing miracle creams or trendy supplements. It's about understanding what's happening inside your body and how to support it wisely. Here's the truth. Collagen is essential, but it doesn't stand a chance without the right environment to survive and thrive. That environment depends on stable blood sugar, low inflammation, and healthy fats, especially omega-3s. Think of collagen as your skin scaffolding. But inflammation, caused by excess sugar, stress, pollution, and poor diet, is like rust. It eats away at that scaffolding faster than you can rebuild it. But here's the biggest lesson of all. Aging is not the enemy. Inflammation is. And the choices you make every day, what you eat, how you move, how you supplement, can either speed up the aging clock or slow it down. You don't need expensive treatments to reclaim radiant skin and vitality. You need to feed your body the tools it understands, and omega-3s are one of the most important. Because beautiful skin isn't built in a bottle. It's built in your bloodstream, your cells, and your plate. If you found this helpful, please like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And in the comments, let me know, what's your favorite way to add omega-3s to your diet?